Okay, back after a little bit of a break. Definitely not several months. So, welcome back to Arc 2 of this campaign. So, we start back off on the 23rd of September, 56 AR. It has been 28 days since Group U and their supports went out to the crater and killed the Tuck Abomination. Over this period of time, several different things have happened. At the end of the previous session, Gelda and Milo left the guild. Milo going back to Honeymill, Gelda going out to try and find what was left of his family. Luna, Aurelus, and Orion are now part of Group U, with Austramira choosing to leave and go and join her mother in the plane of astral dreams, after the events of the Abomination breaking her psychological state to a point where she could not continue. As of the end of that session, several major characters arrived, including a new friend the party had picked up on their way back from dealing with the Abomination. The Pariah King, Ankh Helm, who the party had met for a short period, and had previously encountered when Alice was tricked into handing over the Annihilating Cataclysm. Over the period of time that has passed, Orion and Luna have formally introduced themselves in a pretty much an official capacity, but not so much interconnecting with the rest of the group. There have been Milo has sent letters that have been received by various party members, and the the guild itself has been an absolute mess of different guild groups running around in preparation for dispatch across the globe. So, the party has had breakfast as of this point, and you're getting ready for another day of training, when you hear... to tell you who is in the room currently, we have Alice, Orion, Kay, Aurelus, Luna, Norlan, Penton, and Uzok. Xanis is not currently in the room. So, let me just change what track is currently playing, and then I will actually get to the bit that everybody gives a fuck about, which is, what are those little footsteps? Who's a pitter-pattering outside the door? Laugh, damn it. No.
We're under attack by gnomes.
No, lightning! The fucking gnomes they're gonna eat our ankles or something.
Honestly, that would be fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
So, there are...
Alec, you're so tall, I'll eat your ankles.
Please don't. No thanks. I need them.
There's not much meat on them, to be honest.
Anyway. Before this spirals a little
Can't
bit
say
too
you're
far,
wrong.
You hear feet tapping outside of the room, and the door slams open, and Xanis is standing in the doorway, leaning on said door that he has just slammed open, and is panting. He looks up at the rest of the group. Oh my god, guys. My dad is fighting Kay's dad in the Colosseum right now. Come on, I want to go and watch this. This would be fucking awesome.
Oh my goodness, let's go!
Let's go. What are they fighting over?
Xanis is already spun on his heel and is sprinting back down that hallway, with zero context given as to what's happening.
I'm also sprinting after him, and we're going. Janice, you have to explain.
Maybe Lucas over there could parking ticket.
I'd like to point out that, Alec, as you're bolting out the room to follow, you see Xanis sprinting However, his arms are flailing in the air as he's running, so he's got his arms up, flailing as he's running past. And out of one of the it's standing in the doorway of one of the rooms is one of your fellow guild members, a relatively tall deer male, who is just frowning in confusion as Xanish just bolts past, flailing. Can I ask if there is anybody who is not following on?
I'm following on, I'm just not running.
As in,
Yeah, I'm repentant.
as in not following on. If nobody is not... I'm just going to presume that everybody's following on, please.
We're following, but we're not running. We're not sprinting.
Genuine question. Can I take the plate of food with me?
You've already had breakfast.
I want more.
Valid.
Back to your room.
Luna's just sitting there with a plate of grapes or some sort of fruit, just inhaling it.
Wait, we can take
Can I have a
breakfast back
grape,
to our room.
please?
We can do that.
You should
My
sprint
grape.
anyway. It's good for you. It's good for you to run. You should do it.
God.
Anyway.
So,
My grapes.
Not alone.
the level of malice behind that. Oh, okay.
One thing about Luna so far, they like grapes.
She likes grapes, and that's great.
Just
They're
imagining-
actually not my favourite fruit.
Oh, really? What is your favourite fruit then?
Berries.
You and
Anyway,
I may need to
what
have a
kind of
discussion
berries?
later on.
Blueberry, strawberry, any kind of berries, honestly. They're
But you
all
must have
so brilliant.
one true favourite, correct?
No.
Oh, fascinating.
Anyway,
Moving onwards.
don't touch my grapes.
I'm imagining Luna's just like grasping the plate and like leaning over it protectively.
If only I had a guild for every time I used to have to say that rabbit hole. Anyway,
What?
So, for those of you that have arrived at the Colosseum, Xanis is in fact pretty direct with what he said. As you are witnessing the Guildmaster going full throttle, facing off against Lilac, who has I don't want to call it a dagger and give the impression that the blade itself is small. It's like a short sword mini. It's like a smaller short sword. A long knife? I have to think of the right description for it. Anyway, the two of them are currently throwing hands in the arena with each other. And it is intense. To the point where the two of them are moving at speeds that shouldn't make sense. Alec, I'm presuming you're already there because you were one of the first people to follow Xanis out of that room. Would you like to make an
Yep.
Arcana check for me?
Oh, I'm so good at those. Yes. I would love that. Where is my... Oh, which dice should I use? I'm going to use the green one. Okay. Arcana... Fucking hell. Why do I have such high Arcana? Wait, I don't have... No. 54.
54? Perfect.
Yes.
You immediately recognize that the two of them are using some sort of chronomancy rune as they're fighting, which would explain why they're moving so fast. And I'm gonna hazard a presumption that by this point the rest of the party has entered and is joining in, sitting the Colosseum. Is it banisters? Is that the right word? You're sitting on the chair on like the big benches that
bleachers?
are within
Bleachers? Is that what they call them?
something like that. I don't know. Two brain cell.
The
Um,
benches.
Yes, you're basically
Like
sitting
those
around watching
benches-
this happen.
those benches that they had in like high school where they had those little
Thinking more Roman Colosseum type thing.
that's less
So
fun.
you are getting to watch firsthand as two of these, they're both pretty high-ranking members, are just effectively throwing hands with each other.
Who's winning?
It appears to be kind of a standstill between the two of them, with neither one really making headway. But there's a lot of rumbling as you're sitting there. Like the ground itself is shaking with the force of the strikes. Blades are clashing, spells are impacting each other. They're landing hits on each other, but it doesn't really seem to make much of a difference. And after a short period, the two of them come to a stop. Both are panting messes, and the, I guess, duel, for lack of better wording, concludes. Neither of the combatants within the arena currently have acknowledged the party's presence.
But they definitely know we're here.
Epic!
Are you shouting that out loud, Alice?
I'm saying it so at least everyone in the party can hear my enthusiasm.
Oh god,
I d-
I'm very sorry for what's just happened in in the chat.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna turn Alice up a little bit, because you're a little bit quiet. Anyway.
Does anyone yet know why they're fighting?
No.
No.
You have walked in, you have seen the two of them throwing hands in the Colosseum, and that's about as much context as you currently have.
Is it? Oh my god. Is it like a friendly? Is it like a normal fight, or is it like they actually want to hurt each other?
Make an insight check for me, please.
Okay. Oh dear. First roll, we're back, and it's not going well.
Uh-oh.
Insight. 38.
38. That is a success. So, it takes you a few seconds, Orion, to kind of analyze the body language and situation of the two combatants within this arena, and it is quite clear to you that this is a sparring match, as none of the attacks that were thrown out were made with any visible intent to harm the other combatant.
Okay.
Oh boy, okay. So, after a little bit of you guys just taking a moment to process the display you just witnessed, the Guildmaster and Lilac notice the party in the banisters. Not at all, because Xanis is hollering from the top of his lungs and is rapidly approaching the barrier, trips over his own foot, and falls into the arena.
If you don't know what
face first.
happened, during the chat, Orion's tried asking Luna for some grapes and ended up with Luna putting all the grapes in her mouth.
Oh no.
So as a response, Luna, who has not yet eaten all of the berries that are now in her mouth, spits some of the berries out.
Oh my god.
At
my
me?
God.
At me or in the arena?
Oh, you two are gonna fit right in here.
At me?
It was at Orion, but more so in response to what Xanis just did.
Did they hit me?
You want me to roll a hit?
Yes, roll to grape hit me.
Great, hit your AC.
Just slap your dex modifier on top of that, because I'd imagine this is a precision thing rather than a power thing.
Oh.
I doubt it's gonna hit,
Dice.
but it's funny.
It probably won't hit, but that's still 30.
That's a solid no.
What's
Wait,
your AC?
yeah.
Orion.
Orion.
Get
That's
great.
Are you
That's
weak
a
to
good
great
question.
damage?
My armor
Weak
class
to
is
great.
62, so no, it does not hit, unfortunately.
This is so sad.
One of them gets like caught in my horns.
So,
Oh, grape
you
juice.
are
Ah.
greeted as Lilac stays in the arena just to make sure that Xanis hasn't somehow managed to break something. And Lupus joins you up on the banisters, literally hopping over the barrier that, or the wall and barrier that should be there to prevent, you know, prevent people from being in the splash zone, as we'll call it. Well, you all seem very chipper.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. What were you guys, battling for?
Ah, I see. How much of that did you actually catch?
Only the end, but it was epic.
Ah, well, simple explanation for you all. Lilac has been on the battlefield, but has not really had as much practice with his footwork and knife skills, we'll call it that. He's not exactly gotten too familiar with being in close range when it comes to combat, so I thought I'd give him a hand sharpening his skills. I've got I think I've got a sparring match with Astra lined up at some point within the next couple of days as well, since she's not actually been in a fight for God knows how long.
Oh my gosh, Astra is coming back as well.
Oh yeah, she's currently sitting with Karina over by over in one of the gardens, drinking tea and talking about things as usual.
Oh, I thought she was here the
Wow.
entire time.
I don't know, is there a tiny bird flying around?
Uh,
You tell me.
Don't shoot the bird.
I thought more of. I saw Alice went in the guild, like she's still here in the guild.
Yeah. So I should probably clarify. I've made this mistake before. Yes. The arena that you're currently in is the one inside of said guild. I should probably be a bit more clearer about that, because there are two. I remember making this mistake before.
Many arenas.
There is one in the guild, and there is one outside of the town. Oh dear. Right. So, as you guys are kind of just resettling, Lilac and Xanis come up from the arena, rejoining you guys before Lilac excuses himself to go and basically deal with his tasks and helping his group to prepare themselves for being dispatched. Anyway, brain cells, please activate. Lupus leaves after a few moments, excusing himself as he needs to go and speak to Astra and Diana. Now, this leaves the party on their own. Might I ask what people are doing?
Probably wondering why Luna has berry juice down her face.
You are more than welcome to inquire.
Just gonna be like, hey Luna, you've got just down right here.
I
Yeah.
know.
Would you
Like just starts
borrow a
wiping it
handkerchief?
off.
Or you can use your sleeve, I suppose.
It's gonna stain. It would stain your clothes.
Carry a napkin. Like a,
Why would I carry a napkin?
napkin in a little pocket.
I mean, I imagine Pentum would
Do
carry
we
a
have
napkin.
pockets?
I will hand a napkin to Luna.
Yeah, Penton 100% has a napkin.
Penton is a napkin carrying fella.
I say
tuxedo
Luna
ones.
starts wiping her face off, but she doesn't have sleeves.
So you're rubbing it
Just
on your
uses her
arm.
arms.
You're going to get sticky arms.
Thank you, Penton.
No problem.
Someone wipes her face, and I guess her arm of the now grape juice, and hands it back to Penton.
And then we'll ball it up and stick it in his pocket. And hope that it doesn't soak through his trousers.
But it might turn to wine.
Why would it turn
No.
to wine?
No, I
That's
don't
not
think
how
it
wine is
works.
made.
Grape juice.
No,
No,
grape
you
juice
have
and
to, like,
wine are
ferment it.
different.
Yeah.
Okay, so whilst,
Well, that's the end of that.
whilst the party is having this debate, Xanis and Kay have left. And
Their own
Having-
mysterious business.
well, they've excused themselves to go and pick up their new outfits, as well as Kay mentioning that she needs to send a letter off.
Oh yeah, you said some of us got letters.
Yes.
Who got letters?
The people who got
we read them?
letters. Let me scroll up.
God.
Alice and Alec are the only two. Actually, no, that's a lie. Alice, Alec, and Xanis are the main three within the group who have received letters that I can disclose.
Oh my
currently.
god, special.
The ones sent to Alice and Alec, I can generally summarize as Milo hoping that they're doing well and essentially just making sure they're doing alright, for lack of better wording.
I forgot to write the letter, I'm sorry.
Lol.
Oh, well, you can summarize it if you had something else.
No, it's
Oh.
literally
That is literally-
Milo's just hoping you're okay.
Oh my gosh, that's so sweet.
And her internal
Okay.
letter is just one
Alec,
word.
we need to
Yes.
reply to Milo.
Yeah.
Probably an apology to Alec for being an ass. And that when they got drunk was rather fun, but he doesn't think that he'd be doing that again anytime soon.
Lol.
So,
Okay, I'll write a reply.
We're writing our replies.
What, in the Colosseum?
Yeah.
No.
I was gonna say, are you moving somewhere that will, be appropriate to do this?
Okay, yeah, maybe, probably, yeah.
To clarify so there's not confusion, for the party, anybody that is currently on the hub map that you are on are accessible / interactable as of current. So we'll avoid that confusion.
Oh, the bears aren't here.
do-
Oh, the bears are down here.
Yeah, I've
Oh my god, all these new icons. I have zero idea. Oh no, I do recognise everyone.
There you go. And then let me
Everyone
adjust
looks
the
so pretty.
visuals. Yes, I should point out, whilst the stream is up and running, that our lovely resident artist has sat down and essentially redrawn the surviving cast, specify surviving cast, who have been here since the get-go. And
Let's
obviously
go.
the additional characters.
Except
who have
Alex,
come in.
technically, who joined like halfway through, but it's fine.
Yeah, but you are the one that sits down and spends most of your time doing the art. So I think it's
My
deserved.
character.
I think it's deserved.
Whoa. Who let Alec look so damn fit and sexy in that icon. What the hell? The side
really look
eye,
like has
the fringe. I'm sorry. Where's my sex appeal icon?
Man has the dynamic shading.
Queen, have you seen yourself? Have you seen what Alice looks like? Like, go,
For real.
please. Anyhow, before this derails too far, Alec and Alice, you are going off to write reply letters, yes?
Mhm.
Yes.
Lovely. I will move your tokens down just because that makes my life a bit easier, so I know who is where. Orion and Luna. In any particular order, what do you want to do? You are the only two major player characters still in this location. Don't know why we did that,
I start running away.
but... Okay! Valid? Valid?
Why running?
Where are you running to, if I might ask?
That's the question.
Okay, so you just full-blown sprint out the room.
I know
Toss.
what I'm gonna do.
And Yuzok proceeds to leave, being curious about what, oh no. Being curious as to what Luna might be getting up to. Orion, it is currently yourself, Aurelius, Nolan, and Penton here. Penton, do you have anything you want to do? I'm presuming
I
Orion has something.
believe that Leon was going to be doing something with me today.
Okay. Right, yes, I do recall. So you go off to find Leon, meaning Orion. It is you, Aurelius, and Nolan still in the Colosseum. What do you want to do?
I am gonna clap my hands together and say, time for drinks, and I'm gonna go find the guild bulletin board to see what information I can suss out about the place.
Okay, smart move, since you've been here a grand total of like a couple weeks, if that. Meaning Aurelius and Nolan are gonna go do Aurelius and Nolan things. Okay, so the first person I want to direct the screen over to is the Bunnyman. So, Bunnyman, you have located other Bunnyman in Guild Room. Go figure.
Hello,
Of course they will
Bunny
be
Man.
there.
It is I, Bunny Man.
Don't come at me. I can't be asked the brain cell today. In fact, when can I ever be asked? You know, I should stop talking. So you have knocked on the door. Door has swung open because it is not locked, and currently in the room are Mado, Leon, and Throck. All three of them are in there currently.
Oh, hello everybody. Let's speak to Leon for a second. In private.
Leon looks over to you, frowns a little bit. Ah, yes, sure, why not? Fellas, I'll be back in a minute. I'm just gonna go and see what Penton wants, I guess. And he excuses himself before exiting the room and standing out in the corridor with Penton.
So, you told me a little while ago you were going to give me a quote-unquote glow-up? When is this happening, and what on earth are you on about?
Leon claps his hands together, and if you've ever seen a man overjoyed at being asked a question, repeat statement with more enthusiasm. Leon is almost vibrating with excitement.
Let's take a step back.
Me and you are going to take the teleport crystal to go to Rabbit Hovel. I have some installations that we're going to go and do.
Wait, we can just take those?
Come along now. And Leon grabs Penton by the wrist, and despite the fact that there is a solid 8 inches worth of height difference between the two of you, and you are definitely heavier set than he is, you're currently being dragged helplessly down the hallway. And you recognize the same dear man standing in the doorway, chuckling a bit at your expense. Oh, that's got to suck for you. Have fun.
Wait, what do you know that I don't know? Wait.
And as you're being taken down the hallway, Leon is basically just rambling. This man is somehow speaking at a speed, and how is he still breathing? He has not taken a single breath during this whole sentence that he is currently delivering. And after a little while, you two are taken off the rabbit hovel. Pretty much. In the meantime, nice voice crack me. Nailed it. In the meantime, Lupus. Am I gonna do this now? Actually, no. We're gonna focus the scenery on... Ooh, this is gonna be fun. We're gonna focus the scenery on Luna. Luna, what are you doing?
I'm finding a tree and then I'm gonna climb up it.
Why?
Because I can.
Okay, well, after a little while... you
By
find
climbing, I mean going all the way up to the top.
I had presumed
To
as
sit
such.
on a very much stable branch.
This is stated as if you're expecting me to make the branch snap underneath you. I mean, you know me too well, but no. You end up heading off towards the nearby forest, finding a nice girthy oak tree to go and sit in. Do not laugh at the fact I use the word girthy, you mature human being. And you're just kind of enjoying the scenery, the view of the town, and the guild standing tall and proud, when your train of thought is interrupted by, "Hey, what are you doing up there?"
Hmm?
And you look down to see one of your fellow guild members, Uzok, the large orc horsefolk hybrid that you witnessed previously create grapes from some dried up leaves during the introductory meeting between yourself and this group that you are now a part of. You realise you're gonna get hurt up there, right? Being that high in tree is not a good idea.
I mean, if you find a good branch,
I've got hooves. I can't climb up a tree.
you know, fair enough. Fair enough.
I can cut tree down, and
Oh no, wait,
Uzok points at his axe. But Mother Nature wouldn't be happy with that, so I will not smash tree.
Luna's just like, is going to climb down, and by climb down, I mean, is there a clear spot I can jump down and use my wings to slowly float down?
Yes.
I do that.
Fortunately, the tree density here is not too ridiculous, so you can in fact land without too much of a difficulty. Yeah, so you drop down and land. And Uzok looks at you with a big grin on his face. You seem interesting.
Well, I think any new person is considered interesting until you know everything about them.
Well, I wouldn't say that. Jelda was kind of boring.
Oh, who's Jelda?
Oh, right. Very, very grumpy person.
I
That's
see.
him and Milo, the guy who had the big gun on his back. They didn't exactly get on, and then Jelda's mum kind of dead. No, that's not correct. That's not correct, Common. She died, and then he was depressed, and then they broke up, and then things generally down spiraled. That's a short summary for you. So fun times.
Yeah. Fun. Definitely. Oh dear.
Anyway.
It sounds like Group Q has been
They're a hot mess.
interesting.
They have problems. And Yuzok is just standing there nodding as though he has just said the most sagely thing that's ever come out of anybody's mouth ever.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't been at the guild for long, and I only heard bits and pieces from Mado, Leon, and Throck from when I was temporarily placed in Group B.
Ah, you met Throck. Throck's
Yes.
nice guy. Not smart like Yuzok. And he points to himself. Very fun to spar with though.
What was magic that you did when we first met with the grapes?
Oh, magic, right. Yeah, that's not magic. That's runic magic. But still magic. Hang on. But special magic. And he's standing there, his left hand balled up into like a fist on his waist, and the other a single finger pointing into the air. And he's just poked a tree branch that is dropped a couple of leaves on him. So, let me show you. And Yuzok grabs a couple of the fallen leaves, balls them up in his hands, and then I have to remember the fucking name of this because I haven't put it on his sheet yet. Because I was still writing out the specifics of it.
Yeah, I see. Oh shit! I just poked myself in the nose.
Well done. And he proceeds to use the runic spell Plantaran Gift, converting the plants or leaves in his hand into an orange, and then proceeds to toss it proceeds to toss it over to Luna like a small
I
ball.
catch. What? Where? How?
Skill.
Where?
And he lets out a little snort as though he's very amused with his response. I have the power to do many interesting things. Mostly
This
bad
is
things.
very. This is very interesting. So, I got a little bit of an explanation from Xanis, but
Fluff
so
ball.
this runic magic is. Luna does this weird like arm gesture, like big, powerful, kind of.
Yes. So you have magic, which is like, well, yeah, it's magic. The difference between that and runes, when Gore explained it to me, is that runic magic is supposed to be like really old. And it's supposed to be this really old stuff that the gods use occasionally, but some people, when they're part of a bloodline like I am, or they've developed enough skill, can learn how to cast it. It's essentially just magic plus.
Extra.
Yes.
That sounds really interesting.
And he has a very large grin on his face. Well, you seem interesting. What's your deal? Why are you here?
Depends. How much do you want to know? How far back do you want to go?
Enough that it makes sense to me. Maybe not full life story.
So over. Looks at her hands. 100 years ago, my best friend went missing.
That is
And-
unfortunate.
recently, for whatever reason, I found a lead that suggested that she was alive and moving.
Yeah.
So I followed it to, what's his continent's name again?
Girathina.
I followed it here to Girathina. And then it went cold, and I was like, that sucks. And then I decided to
Put it
stay.
over a fire and warm it up again. Wait, is that... That's wrong kind of lead, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I did a dumb.
It's alright.
Yuzok scratches his chin as if he's contemplating the universe for a moment. So, do you think I could help you?
I mean, if you wanted to, I don't see the harm.
Does your friend like plants?
I mean, she did. At least.
But does she like plant
Over.
enough to, hang around plants a lot?
I mean, we grew up in the Great Forest, so we definitely used to, but yeah, she might have, unless she decided not to.
You come from the Great Forest?
Yeah,
I
Gaia.
have so many questions!
Oh my gosh!
And what proceeds to start happening is essentially Yuzok begins to question every inch of the forest itself. And after a little while, it's like, yeah, this guy likes plants, alright. He asks a very, very interesting question. Would you like to talk to Mother Nature? See if she knows.
Oh, you can talk to Mother Nature?
Yeah, can you not?
No, I don't think. I don't know anyone. I mean, I think you're probably the only person that I now know that can talk to Mother Nature.
Well, I can. Let me... And he kind of sits down, and he does it a little bit clunkily, because, obviously, hooves. If you didn't remember, Yuzok has hooves. I definitely didn't forget, because he has a natural weapon that is kicking people with them. I didn't forget about that at all, which would have been really useful. So he sits down, puts his hands on his knees, closes his eyes, and begins to focus. And we're gonna slide on over to, whilst that is happening, we're gonna slide all the way on over to fucking come on, vocals. We're going to slide on over to Penton, who has been brought back in from Rabbit Hovel after, we'll say, a couple of hours have passed, and has been brought back in kind of stealthily to Group V's room. So in this room currently is Penton, who has a shroud over his head to hide him. Leon, Rock, and Mado. So you're not going to believe it, but I did a thing, and I'm sure you're going to love it. Okay, Penton, come here. Just stand there. I'm going to pull the sheet. I'm going to pull the sheet off, and then Mado and Throck, I want you two to tell me what you think. I gave him a glow up, and
Still don't know what a glow up is.
it doesn't matter. Come on, you're supposed to be Mr. Charisma. How do you not know what a glow up is?
They don't glow. Do they?
I don't know. You tell me. Do you want to glow? Actually, don't answer that question. I'm sure you've probably been staring at some of the hellhounds in the guild a bit too intently.
Anyway.
And Leon grabs the sheet that's over Penton's head with both hands, whips it off.
Ooh, shiny.
Well, I must say you certainly scrub up all right. Not the fanciest I've seen, but no, it suits you.
Does it? I haven't seen a mirror yet, so I'm no idea what it looks like.
And Mado is immediately going to put his hands on Penton's shoulder, turn him 90 degrees to the left, where there is a full body length mirror that is Throck and Mado sized, meaning it is about 7.5 foot tall mirror. You've got plenty of you.
Oh damn!
The difference
Easy
being
glow up.
is that Penton now has ear piercings and a new outfit to match. I will eventually pop this up on stream. However, I have not found a good way to deal with compression, so smiley face. That's a thing. So,
Comfortable, flashy, yet functional.
what do you think?
I love it.
You're not glowing, but you are certainly glowing. Goodness, look at you.
Look at me.
Alright, calm the ego a little bit there.
Fine.
I mean, I thought he'd be fine. Don't have his ego, Leon. Yes, well, after the Warren, I'm not letting anybody get a bit too ahead of themselves. Oh, come on, it wasn't that bad. I nearly died twice. The fuck you mean?
Well, it was
wasn't that
fun
bad.
though. We did have fun, didn't we? I mean, it was scary, but it was still fun.
Sure, you two had fun smashing the shit out of things whilst I was essentially having to give a full-length opera performance. Respectfully,
And it was
Shut up.
beautiful.
if you hadn't have outsmarted me last week, I would be much more mad at that response than... And Leon's making, like, grabby hands like he's about to fucking choke somebody. But, like, idle frustration, kind of...
So how much did they cost then? Like, the whole thing?
Well, you see, the Guildmaster himself may or may not have given me a little bit of a heads up.
You didn't take this up my war fund, did you?
Leon looks at Penton with a mild degree of offense. Please, who do you think I am? This whole thing was funded by Lupus himself.
Oh. Huh.
Because he ended up finding your father's stash of miscellaneous, not collectibles, but possessions that he kept stashed away. Saw the fact that your dad had some Leporian gold piercings that he had left in there, as a marker of the family's reputation, and then suggested to me going out to get you some piercings, because who knows, after this Lillian Beast nonsense is done and dusted, you might earn yourself some Leporian gold earrings as well.
Dad had a damn good sense of style. Still here, I would envy that man.
Leon's just taking a moment to appreciate the outfit and his handiwork. You know, at least you're not going anywhere cold, because I must admit, the display is quite the, gonna be great for hot environments, but maybe not so much for cold.
Is this fabric not thermal?
Well, yes, the fabric's thermal, but sweetheart, half of your fucking body's showing off. Then again...
Fine, just gotta work up a sweat, be alright.
Yeah, sure. That's how that works. Definitely.
And still just gawking at himself in the mirror.
Bear with. Fuck. Oh god, sorry, I'm still recovering from the tail end of a cold, which is always fun.
I'm a bit sore though, I hope they're not infected. I mean, we have spells for that, it's fine.
Leon looks at Penton.
I've been
I
stabbed
mean-
before. I'm surprised they hurt so much.
Well, yes, you see, there is one good thing about them. And Leon very gently touches around where the piercings are and puts his index finger and thumb together with Penton's ear in the middle and very lightly squeezes.
Ow, ow.
Just do that later if you want to deal with the whole pain part. Go and speak to Lilac in the infirmary. They should be able to deal with your body recovering from getting your ear pierced in the first place. After all, I've seen them help people regrow limbs. Fucking hell, Vela. You should have seen what happened last time I walked past and saw Shalnar in there missing an entire leg.
What did he do? Eat it?
I don't know, but I don't want to ask. Well, I might know. He made a bet with Nalissa that he could throw hands with a behemoth, and he tried to kick it, and he missed, so he stuck his whole leg in the behemoth's mouth.
If only I was there to see it.
Yeah, it was from what I was told, it was hilarious. Anyway,
I could wear a behemoth as a shoe.
that he can, Frog. That he can. Anyway, Leon speaks up. So, what exactly is the plan from here? I'm aware that you've, during those meetings that we've had to try and figure out who's going to deal with what heirlooms, that you've asked for myself and Throck to come with you for the trip to Tempeal. And I recall in that meeting saying I would ponder it.
Well, it's a very difficult mission, so we need people we can really, really rely on, and there's no people that I rely on more than you guys. No people I can trust to get a job done.
Leon huffs in mild annoyance. Well, you can thank Throck for some intervention. But myself and Throck will be joining you for that.
I'm good at changing the little bunny's mind.
I will slap you. Platonically, Throck. I will slap you. And I'm imagining Throck is sitting there looking very chuffed with himself.
Yeah, he is beaming like a Cheshire cat right now.
Anyway. What are you planning to do with the rest of the day anyway?
I'm not entirely sure. I thought about maybe introducing myself properly to the newbies, since my first impression was not great. But now I kind of just want to show off my new look. I'm riding a high right now, you know? Get some more opinions.
Mato has a slightly smug grin on his face. Yeah, it's a good look. Not saying I personally swing for that, but that being said, do you two mind skedaddling for a moment? And Mato waves his hand to Throck and Leon. Oh, yep, okay. You're going to ask him about that, right? Come on, Throck.
Talking about what? Where are we going?
Come on. We're gonna go to the forest to see if we can find some interesting things.
Ooh, can look under the rocks and see the ants and...
Come on. Out the room. Out the room. Go.
I'm going.
Leaving Mato and Penton in the room. So,
Yes?
I might need your help with something.
My help?
And you notice that that Mado's face has gone slightly red. His usual calm, mildly dead inside demeanor.
Oh, my dear boy, you're not back at it again, are you?
Well, no, but... Well, I've seen, somebody might have taken my interest, and, well, I thought I'd ask for, some help. You're quite the charismatic type, like myself, and you've got a bit more experience picking people up, so...
Okay, but first, any details?
Oh, it's the Kangan. And he coughs. He coughs this over this as though he's trying to basically hide what he's saying.
What, the one with the funny accent?
Maybe. Kinda. Well, he's tall. He's...
It's a bit of a departure from your previous fling. I'm intrigued.
Oh boy. And he is getting progressively more embarrassed about talking about it, but...
So what is it about them? I mean...
He's hot.
I mean, that's as good a reason as any, I suppose.
And he's holding his face in his hands like... So, I like his voice, he looks great. Personality-wise, he's very playful and, well...
You know, when I met you all that time ago, and you nearly killed us, I never ever imagined I'd be in this position, having to wingman for you.
Well, congratulations, here you are.
Must say, it's an honor.
Shut up.
But, okay, I'll see what I can do. But in the meantime, you gotta give me all the juicy details.
Maybe. I'll see how I feel.
Wonderful.
And Mado's got his arms crossed and is like grumpy child, kind of huffy. Like, this is probably the most uncomposed you've seen this man.
Just fighting the urge to do the Gucci goo thing with his cheeks.
I mean, you could do that, but Mado is probably gonna punch you.
Yeah, I know. I know at what point I'm gonna get punched, so I know where to draw the line.
Touché.
I just got a whole new look. I don't want to ruin it with a black eye, you know?
True. So, Alice and Alec, you have finished writing your letters and they will be sent off in an indeterminate period of time. What are you doing?
Sorry?
You have finished writing your letters and they will be sent off when the mail goes out next. What are you doing from this point?
Ah. Well, you know that little lesbian girly crush I got?
Yes, I do know of your crush
Can
on
I
Ghostway.
visit the woman of whom I may have forgotten her name?
It's fine. It's been approaching 3 months since we've had a session.
And also, I remember it being an incredibly complicated name.
Bill Sway.
Indeed. Bill Sway. Oh my gosh, Bill Sway. Let's go.
Bill Sway.
She sways on my heartstrings.
Indeed.
Just for your sake, Alice, I've written in the chat how it's pronounced and then how it's written.
Bill Sway.
Yes. All of the B's. Anyway,
Sorry, I've V'd.
She beat too hard. Okay, so Alice is off to go and be lesbian. Alec, what are you doing in the meantime?
I have no idea. I guess I'll wander around and see who I bump into.
Okay, well, funny you should say that, because you end up bumping into Penton on your return back to the guild room just to put some stuff aside, tidy your bed up a little bit. You bump into Penton with his whole fresh new look.
Oh, hello, Alex.
Oh, wow. Wow, just tits out, huh? Is that
What the fuck
what
you
we're
mean,
doing now?
tits?
The tits out.
These are pecs, my dear boy.
Aren't you
You're
gonna
not
be
gonna make
cold?
any comments about my actual look, just the fact that I
No,
have
you look
chilly
good.
nipples.
You... It's a nice jacket.
Thank
yeah.
you. So, what are you up to right now?
Literally nothing. I just finished the letter, and I guess
Letter?
that'll be sent to Milo.
Oh, okay. So, not right now, because I need to go to the infirmary, because my ear hurts like a bitch! But I seem to remember me giving you a few lessons in my craft, and I got time, I'm kind of bored, and it might be interesting, so what do you say we flip this round, and maybe you teach me something?
What, like time magic?
Hell yeah. If I
Okay,
even can.
sure. Once you get someone to kiss your poor little ears better.
As you say this, Pendant's ear is literally just bleeding.
Yeah, I would definitely say that because of how recently it's been pierced, and unfortunately, the usual person who helps to heal and reseal the puncture holes for their earrings was not available. It's not fully healed, but it's been disinfected and salved.
Oh, poor Penton. He got the new guy at Claire's to his
Oh my
ears. Yeah,
god, who's Claire?
it was their first time. It was their first time. So really.
I don't actually know who it was. I mean, Leon got me to close my eyes the entire time so we could do a big grand reveal at the end, so...
Did he not tell you were getting your ears pierced?
I mean, the hands did feel particularly manly, but... No, he didn't. He just said he was giving me a quote-unquote glow-up.
And then you suddenly felt your ears being punctured.
Yes, it was quite the shock, if I do have to say so, yes.
You know what? That's fair. That's fair. Well, I'll just wait in the guild room, I guess. I'll just hang out in the guild room until you're done.
Sure,
See you later.
won't be a moment. And
Cool.
drops off, trying not to bleed on the floor.
So, Penton, as you make your way along, you end up going into the infirmary and encountering Lilac doing his usual thing, and he is organising medical supplies to make sure there's enough left over for when everybody comes back. And he turns around. Oh! Sorry, Mr. Orlando, didn't see you there.
Yeah, I had a bit of an incident. I got glued up and need fixing up. If you could please do so, my good man. Ow. It's very sore.
Ah, so you did. So the guildmaster did end up sending you off to get your ears pierced.
Wait, how many people knew about this?
Myself and Leon, for the most part.
Okay, fair enough.
Anyway, let's deal with this. So,
So how do you think your fight went earlier?
oh, well, it went okay, I guess? Certainly could have gone far better than it did.
What do you think you could have done better?
Well, Lilac indicates his hand to the the kind of earthy bronze-colored dagger that's resting on one of the infirmary tables. It's been a while since I picked that up. I've chosen not to use it for a while because of its meaning. But it's a gift from Titan. As in the god Titan. The Reaper's Rose.
Too close, are you?
long story. That's what I can give you.
You found his place a few times, borrowed it, and then forgot to give it back.
More, I was shoved into the position of the hero, the crystal hero of Earth, after a close friend of ours was lost to time itself.
Lost to time. What does that even mean?
They don't exist anymore, let's put it that way.
Then how do you know of them?
Because my memories remain. My memories remain of them. However, that is the only remnant of them outside of this dagger.
Ah,
We'll put it that way.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, it's been 50 odd years since that point, so
And you've not touched it since?
nope. I have not touched it since I've had the opportunity to put it down.
What made you pick it up today?
Well, I'd rather not get stabbed, or clawed, or anything of the sort, if I'm going to be helping with the, well, obtaining my family's heirloom. And also, well, some of the members of the cult are more physically inclined than magically inclined, we'll put it that way.
Okay.
Anyway, let us patch you up. And
Please be gentle, it is very sore. I do not understand how this hurts so much. I have been literally bitten by a wolf the size of a 2-story building. And yet a tiny little prick in the ear. Absolute agony.
Lilac smirks as though he's trying not to make a joke, and proceeds to basically rubs his hands together and casts Cure 4 on you. Having triggered his light arts in the process, and whilst you have not taken any physical damage, I feel as though you will find it quite amusing to know that had you actually taken any damage, that would have been 199 HP healed to you, without me having to apply any modifiers or whatever. So you feel very refreshed. It's hitting a lot harder than anything that Kay's used on you prior. But the puncture wounds in your ear completely heal up.
Oh, that's so much better.
I'm sure that's not the first time you've said that today. Lilac chuckles to himself. Say, I do believe I noticed that over the last week or so you've been eyeing up Ark quite a bit.
I have some questions for him. I'm not sure I entirely trust him, and seems to know a heck of a lot about the Helm bloodline. So basically, I kind of just want to know why Mace is so fucking crazy, and if he always was so crazy.
That's understandable.
So yeah, there's that.
Well,
What do you think of my new outfit, by the way? I never asked.
Lilac chuckles to himself a little bit. Oh god, you remind me of an old friend. Come on, stand up off the infirmary table. Or chair, I suppose.
Oh, we were having such a nice talk.
Well, I can't exactly get an idea of how your outfit looks if you're hunched up in a ball on a chair because of a couple of tiny holes in your ear. Well, stand up then. Let's have a look.
Pendant will stand up and strike a pose.
And Lilac lets out a bit of a chuckle to himself. Great minds think alike. As you kind of realize that the two of you have somewhat similar outfits. To varying degrees. Yeah. Although, I definitely would advise, if at some point learning... Oh, I forget what the spell's called. I think it's protection from elements or something like that. Should help you with the
don't
cold.
you fucking start. I just got that from Alec.
Hey, quoting from somebody who's lived in the Arctic for a long period. It's comfortable, but you're more built for being underground than you are in the harsh snows, I guess.
Well, the tailor told me it was all thermal fabrics, so...
At least you've got button up, yes.
I haven't actually checked. Do I?
Yes.
Out of character.
There are buttons on the inside of it.
Oh, yes I do.
And you notice that there's quite a unique... That was a bad time to tap back into Discord. But I can't believe you've done this to me. Anyway. Cast Protect. It's fucking brilliant. Anyway. Moving swiftly onwards. You notice that the buttons on the inside of your jacket are shaped like the club, spade, diamond, and heart that are on your cards.
Oh, that
Leon
is
even
just
thought of thematically
precious.
appropriate things.
He knows just what to get me. I'm lucky to have a friend like him.
Yes. Anyway. Off you skedaddle, please.
Fenton is now enthralled with how shiny his buttons are. He's in full ego mode.
I mean, I'd gathered.
He left, didn't even hear what Lilac said, he just walked off full.
Okay, well, I'm presuming you've gone back to the guild room
Yes.
to go and get lessons from... To go and get some time magery lessons from Alec. Back in the forest,
Mm.
Luna... Yuzok has been trying to pinpoint Amethyst's location. The two, like, you can't really hear what Mother Nature is saying, but you can speak to her. It's like a one-way system, so Yuzok's having to basically feed back to you what she's been saying. And the lead that went cold might not be as cold as you thought. As it's not like the responses you've been getting don't completely make sense, but you may have a couple of clues. And you are now looking for somebody that goes by the name of Renvus.
Oh no.
Yeah.
This is out of character, by the way.
I
Oh
don't
no,
know.
actually no, we know. We've heard his name.
We've heard
Wait,
this name. Luna has
was-
not, as far as I'm
No,
aware.
no, no.
Actually,
Lupus in the massive meeting
Yes.
said that the main bad guys
Yes.
Siri.
I do. Serial, Renvus, and Serempass. I do
Yeah.
recall. My bad.
serialized.
Cereal. Anyhow, so Yuzok seems a little bit disappointed that he can't get a more accurate response, but he looks at Luna with a smile on his face. Well, I mean, it's better than nothing, I guess.
Mm. Sorry. Alright, I'm closing Discord.
Anyway, so Yuzok looks a little bit disgruntled by the fact that he hasn't been able to get a solid response. Well, I can try again, but...
Nah, that's honestly a lot more than I was expecting to ever find out, and also rather shocking, I guess. Huh.
Well, I mean... Is that... Hang on a minute. Hey, Ryan! Stop staring at that fucking bird. The bird is not appreciative of you staring. And you look over, like, towards the clearing that's, like, aiming at the town, to see Orion is currently following a bird and writing down notes because it's acting funny. Over here! And Yuzok waves at Orion to catch his attention. Yuzok then looks over at Luna. Do you think I should throw an orange at him?
Here. And Luna offers the orange that Yuzok made earlier.
And as Luna hands it over, Yuzok cracks his knuckles and full force yeets this orange, and it soars through the air, straight between Orion's antlers, and off into the distance. I said over here!
Whoa!
It didn't go through, I shouted goal! God damn it.
I must say, good throw, Yuzok. Have you tried using more back of the palm to force it a bit more?
No. I'm a bit used to throwing bigger things, like Xanis.
You throw Xanis.
Yes.
Luna's gonna whisper to Yuzok, do you think we can pie him?
Yuzok
As
leans
entire
slightly to
pie.
the left.
Into
Yes.
his food?
Yes, I think we can.
Yes.
Another time, though. Can't be suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
And so...
Can I hear this?
No. No.
Aww.
You have finally, though, managed to approach the point where you have joined these two that are sitting on the floor. Wanna come join us on the floor? It's quite comfortable.
Yes, I think that'd be quite nice. I brought some tea with me if you'd like some.
Why are you carrying tea?
Why do you have a kettle?
Because you can... Look, when you have a spur of genius come to you, sometimes you just have to indulge in it. And I realise that the guild has several different kinds of tea bags, and I must perform an experiment to see which one is the most delicate.
Have you seen Astra? She has so much tea. I think she raided the herb garden yesterday. I'm seeing a small bird flying out with a big bag. It was quite fun to watch.
I must speak to her then. She must be a master of the teas.
Yeah, I think she might be a tea addict. Speaking of,
Must say, I might become one soon as well.
what, you're gonna become tea? Interesting. I've never had deer antlers before.
Neither have I, but whose antlers, what species antlers do you think would be the most firm?
Are we still talking about antlers, or are we talking about...
I'm kind of hungry now.
And
I was speaking about
Yuzok's
antlers,
head tilts down slightly as he looks at a squirrel running past. Oh, right. I'm just a bit thick. Anyway.
That's alright, my good friend. We all have our moments.
Yes. Do you want to sit down?
Yes,
You are
thank
still
you.
standing.
Thank you. I sit down.
And Yuzok proceeds to create another orange from another leaf that has just fallen into the middle of this. I'm imagining that Luna, Orion, and Yuzok are sitting in like a triangle. Orange! Yeah!
So
Good
you're
orange.
able to just create fruit out of nothing.
Not out of nothing. I have to have plant.
Interesting. Would you say that that orange would be more tasty, delicious than one that I'd be able to get from the food hall?
Yuzok shrugs. I don't know, I just make plant. And then I eat
Interesting.
plant. And he slams his hand into his fist, but he forgets that he's holding the orange in his left hand, so he just slams his fist full force into the orange, and it explodes. It goes everywhere.
Well, at least
It coats him completely in the orange, but somehow
Well,
manages to miss Luna and Orion in the process.
I must
So
say,
Yuzok
it does
is
seem that
covered in
those oranges
orange.
have a lot of juice in them.
Juice.
Orange juice.
Can I have an orange so I may throw it?
You don't seem like you'd have a very good throwing arm.
No, but things can always be improved for science.
Yuzok shrugs, grabs some leaves off of a bush, and creates another orange before very lightly tossing it over to Orion.
I'm gonna play with it in my hands for just a minute, just like size it up, understand what it is, and then
Contemplate the orange.
I'm going to understand it on a philosophical level, exactly what I've got in my hands. And then I'm going to stand up, check to make sure that no one is in the near vicinity nor a window that I may break. And I'm going to pelt it.
Roll a strength check. Roll strength for me.
One.
Roll strength. Oh my god.
It's
I
literally just
missed.
D20 plus your strength mod.
Yep. 14!
So you throw the orange, it goes, but nowhere near as far as Yuzok's throw went. It goes like maybe 5 to 10 feet at most, and then drops. You let go of it a bit too late, so it like angled downwards. And Yuzok looks at Luna, looks at Orion, and goes, "See, I told you I didn't think you had a very good throw."
No, you're right. That's something I may have to work on.
This science thing doesn't sound very good.
Ah, my good friend. Once you find something to truly enamor yourself with, you'll find that everything just flows naturally to you.
Ah, like when I look at Xanis. Wait, hang on.
I suppose in a way, your feelings for Xanis may well be my way of thinking about the world and its fascinating things.
You think about Xanis and the world?
No, how you think about him.
Oh, right. That would make a lot more sense.
Yes.
Interesting.
Or how Luna here seems to be obsessed with berries and grapes and the like.
Hey, nature's nice. Don't
And I
mock
full-heartedly
nature.
agree.
And Yuzok kind of pouts a little bit, looks at Luna. Would you like another orange?
Is it, yeah. Yeah. I was gonna ask something there, but never mind.
Okay. Well, Yuzok proceeds to create another orange, and as he starts to hand this over to Luna, this small winged cat-like creature flies down and steals the orange out of your hand before flying off into the forest.
What?
What on earth?
Interesting.
What about flying cat?
Yeah. They're called flying killers. I don't know why. They're cute.
That sounds like sounds perfect.
I get it because cats go brr. Wait, no, it's purr. There we go. I'm a genius. Yes.
I give a small, clap of my hands.
And Yuzok proceeds to applaud himself a little bit as well, looking very pleased with the fact that, you can clearly tell this man is not quite there mentally. He's smart, but not so much academically smart as he is, not street smart. It's he's seen a lot of the world, he's very wise, but this man is a bit of a brick when it comes to being academic. That's the best way I can describe it. So, as you are going about this experience, I'm gonna presume the two of you are gonna sit there and, the two of you. Thinking of forgetting Yuzok is there as well. The three of you are gonna kind of sit there and faff about with Yuzok making random fruits out of, dead plant matter.
Yeah.
Which means that we slide on over. Not literally, but metaphorically speaking. If two of you lovely ladies could take a peek at the main chat.
Wow.
referring to our water bird and our plant lady.
Meow.
Water bird and plant lady.
We cha-cha slide on over to Alec and Penton, the two of which are currently basically faffing about with time magic. Alec, you're trying your best to teach Penton how to literally screw with time itself. He's not getting it. It's kind of funny. It's like major whoosh.
So wait, what were the words I had to say again? Alakazam!
Listen,
No, that's not it.
No. You need to focus on the concepts, not the words, okay?
Focus
need
on the
to-
concept of time.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
But like, and then just imagine, like, the entirety of time is laid out in front of you in tapestry, and you just have to pull at a string. Can you do that for me?
Pulling at the time tapestry string. Sure.
Yeah.
Penton will attempt to pull the imaginary time tapestry string.
And then Alec will like use a time mode, and that's what he's describing.
So, as Penton attempts to replicate what you're explaining to him, he closes his eyes and tries to replicate that. And Alec, you get the quite funny image of Penton literally like pulling his hand out and trying to pull at this invisible string. And it looks like he's trying to conduct a tiny orchestra. It's really funny. He's just sitting there trying to pull at this imaginary string, and it's very clear he's not getting it. This man is not dumb, but he clearly just does not understand the theoretical concept of manipulating time. But you do get quite a meme-worthy / funny image to just watch. Laugh as you wish.
Mm,
Am I doing it? What am I doing wrong?
I'm not sure. Most of it.
What do you mean most of it? That's really not
Well-
helpful, Alec.
Maybe just like watching what I do, and that'll help.
Okay. Penton will watch what Alec does.
Okay, I'll like use a time mode and be like,
So, as you do that, Penton, you get to watch as Alec basically, for lack of better wording, just kind of pulls, like, moves his hand ever so slightly in this tiny little ball of I can't really give it a proper description outside of this small, like, semi-transparent sphere. Kind of looks like a small ball of, like, liquid glass appears and then disappears.
like a little marble.
Yeah, it's pretty much like liquid glass, like a marble-sized ball that just flows like water, and then disappears as Alec uses it.
Oh. Well, I've been at this for a while now, but I could try at least one more time. And Penton
Okay.
closes his eyes, and you see a pained expression as he is really, really concentrating. And then he goes, aha! And the exact glassy-like ball appears in his hand. He goes, how about that, huh? I can do time magic.
Oh. Can he do time magic?
Roll an
Should
Arcana
I
check.
roll an instinct? Okay, Arcana. I'm like suspicious.
I mean, you can see it's right here.
Waiting for my sheet to load. Hang on. Arcana. 55.
Yeah, no, that's not time magic. That's an illusion. That's an illusion in Penton's hand. because you recognize, like, you've obviously had to work a fair bit harder to grasp runic magic, and you've put in a lot more work to try and understand it. Yeah, Penton's just basically pulled a rune. You're not sure what the rune is, but that little marble that looks like a time mote is not in fact a time mote. It's an illusion of a time mote. So it's not actually a real thing, it's just...
I did try and make the real thing, it's just not working for some reason. Is this one of those things we have to be pure of heart, or you have to have
Definitely not.
perfect peace of mind? Because I sure
Definitely
as shit
not.
don't have that.
No, I don't know. I first did this when I was like 14 or something, so...
I thought you had to learn spells from scrolls anyway.
A little bit of that.
Is there a time mode scroll?
Time mode isn't technically... It's not a spell, it's an ability.
It's an Look. Let's try something else then.
Okay, what, a spell?
Yes.
let's
Maybe
do
that I can
something
manage to do.
easy. What do I have that's easy and time? Deceleration. Yeah, we'll try that. Try and decelerate me. I'm gonna like show Penton like the basics of the spell and stuff, and then see if he can do it.
Roll an Arcana check, Penton.
Oh shit. Dice out. Fuck.
Oh my god.
Oh well, I'll just do the Probably the first time I've ever had to do an Arcana check,
Congratulations.
I think. I'm not sure. 23 in total.
So, you attempt to cast the spell, and nothing happens. This is not coming anywhere near as easily to you as your illusory spells did.
Is it just like certain people can't do time magic? Is it not everyone can learn to do it? Actually, I don't know if everyone can learn illusions. That might be a me thing. Yeah, that's worth looking into.
I think I could probably do it.
Oh, you do you?
Yep,
Oh, let's find out.
and I know quite a bit of magic, just in general.
So, as you
To
two
manifest a
proceed...
copy of himself in front of Alec and go, okay then, smartass, do that. His ego is not hurt at all right now. Promise.
I wonder if I have a spell that can replicate that already. I have a couple of illusion cantrips.
If memory serves correctly, those are from your tiefling bloodline. aren't
Yeah,
they?
trifling image and ghost sound. Could I make a very small? I can make a very small Alec. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make a very small Alec.
You're gonna make
in
a
my
tiny
hand.
illusory Alec. Okay. So you are now holding a tiny illusory Alec in your hand.
Yeah, and he's waving.
Oh my god, that is adorable! Wait, let me do it too! Let me do it too! And Pendant's gonna make a little tiny Penton in his hand.
Oh dear.
And now we should make him fight.
Oh my god. Roll initiative. No.
Oh my god.
Roll tiny initiative!
Roll tiny initiative.
How would that work? Would we like do our initiative divided by 10 or something?
No, I'm
I
not
fucking
going to
hope
entertain
not.
this.
Oh, okay.
I love you guys,
You
but no. So
Okay, well, I rolled a 60 for my initiative.
So
Finding Alex be quick.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I've dragged this scene on long enough.
Okay.
That was a cue for the Guildmaster to
so
respond. There
yeah.
we go.
Okay. Hold your metaphorical tits. So
They're not
during
metaphorical anymore.
They are glorious, is what they are.
Sorry.
Sure. Oh my god. Fucking there we go.
My tiny me has tiny tits.
So during this time, we're just gonna completely ignore what Pendleton said. If I could ask for our water bourbon plant lady to be unmuted and for everybody else to mute, I would greatly appreciate that. So, Astra and Diana, you have been called upon to come and meet the Guildmaster, or Lupus, in one of the more isolated gardens that is more knowledge between yourselves and the other, what we'll call the other heroes of the past. And Lupus has mentioned that this conversation will be a bit more on the heavier side. You have no idea what the conversation itself is going to be about, but it's not reassuring when the word heavy is immediately brought into the picture.
Yeah, I know. Oh,
Lucas
God.
wants to discuss something, it's usually bad. Just say that. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna
So-
go now. Bye bye.
You end up gathering in this garden, where Lupus is currently sitting on what is essentially a relatively plush booth bench type thing. And as he sees you both approach, he has a rather welcoming smile on his face, which is a bit odd considering that he was mentioning about it being a heavy topic of discussion. Ah, come on, come join us. Me. Ugh, sorry. I'm too used to having Zippy invisible somewhere in the background to try and jump scare somebody. Please come and join me. The tea is fresh.
Oh, hello, Lupus dear. And she'll sit down.
Yes.
So Lupus pours some tea for you both. It seems to be a rather sweet berry blend. And Lupus chuckles as I'm imagining Astra almost has to restrain herself from swiping the cup.
Not only that, but the moment you said berries, I'm just like, Luna. Luna would be so
bloody
happy.
berries.
So, Lupus takes a moment to let you both get comfortable before he starts. Right. I have something that I need to discuss. And I've asked for the two of you, as I feel that the topic at hand is most prevalent to the three of us. And Lupus reaches into one of the pouches that he has on his person, and in the middle of the table places down this I can only describe as a galaxy coloured gemstone. It's clear with it constantly shifting, kind of like a little ball of space in a glass sphere, for lack of better wording. And he places this gemstone down. With the advent of knowing that our dearest friend Norik is still alive, I've had to make a very deep debate relating to a dear friend of ours who we have had to export to another location that is restricted access. This gemstone currently holds open the portal to where Fele and Euless are on the plane of astral dreams. Should this gemstone be destroyed, because it needs a physical anchor to this plane to be able to keep it separated from the rest of the astral dream and ultimately stop that small separated plane of existence from being inaccessible via any means. This gemstone is the physical tether for that. This breaks and is obliterated. That portal closes.
Ah, well, how did I guess that you would have access to this portal to see Ballet?
Well, let me put it this way. While she was out destroying the rest of the globe, via unintentional good or intended good deeds going not so well, and her attempts to fix the problems that she had created, causing additional offshoots, and then what happened with Norik. The first person to deal with that was me, whilst everybody else had varyingly small roles as part of that. I was the only one that stepped in to stop the big things. And Lupus raises his hands up in an almost defensive measure, not saying that either of you two had no involvement in it. I'm aware that you did your parts. However, most of the big responsibilities ended up on my shoulders, so I thought it would be appropriate that I am the one in possession of this gemstone. However...
No, I understand. I just, I guess didn't realize there was such thing as said gemstone. I figured you had destroyed it for good.
And that is what I would like to speak to you both about. For you see, I do not have any means, or I do not wish to destroy this thing as of current, because Alstromira is now in that plane as well. Were it a necessity to destroy it, it would have been done ages ago. However, with the advent of knowing Norik is alive once more, I have been mulling over the idea of handing the gemstone over to him. Considering that it was his life that was taken, this feels like something of equal measure to hand over to him, to let him make that decision for himself.
I guess I'm not sure. That seems like a pretty hefty responsibility for Norik, considering everything that took place.
Lupus just sits there with a mildly awkward smile on his face, just taking a moment to acknowledge that he was the one previously handling the entire responsibility. Well, you see, seeming as she took his life, I feel as though it is appropriate to let him decide whether the same can be said the other way round. All I know...
But it's not just her life now.
Exactly. Which is the problem. Which is why I wanted some secondary opinions, because I don't know what percentage of Norik is still Norik, and what percentage of it is now Rama. I have a side that I'm leaning more towards. However, I want some secondary opinions before I do what I did on that rainy day in Honeymill, and made a very rash decision that ultimately ended up to awkward and unpleasant scenarios occurring. We'll put it that way. And Lupus gives after a very apologetic side glance and lets the guilt show on his face for a few moments before readdressing the table. So, what do you guys think is I want your opinions on it. I will be retaining possession of said gemstone until I have made a decision, but considering that the two of you were the ones impacted the most, I feel you have equal right to vocalize your thoughts and feelings on what I should do here.
Did Mira, before she left, suggest at all she might want to return?
Lupus's one of Lupus's fangs basically bites down into his lip as he ponders for a moment. It was unclear whether or not she intended to return. I imagine after many years of being able to mature a bit more with her mother's guidance, rather than what Tuck was doing, which was completely curbing her capacity to learn and adapt to the world around her, that maybe in many years' time she may return. However, there is the small concern in the back of my mind that, well, Fele's guidance may end up causing Mira to be very much like her, and we saw how that went last time. And Lupus's ears flatten on his head a little bit as he thinks back to the many incidents that had occurred over the last 50 years.
So, if the anchor is destroyed, there would be no possible way for Felicity, Eulus, or Mira to return?
Lupus nods. That is exactly the case. This anchor is destroyed. That's it. It's very much... I suppose I'll put it in a very easy to understand and familiar concept for both of you. You have your own personal planes of existence that you can go back to. Your domains, yes?
Mm-hmm.
And that's tethered to the material plane, or Lunannon, the planet. Should the material plane be destroyed, so would your personal domains, because that is where it is tethered to. You would lose the entirety of, or a very large portion of your personal domains, because they are anchored to the planet. The planet goes bye-bye, so does the vast majority of your personal domains, where you are strongest. It's the same concept, but in miniature form.
I would argue that maybe you should keep hold of this powerful possession. I know that it does make sense for Norik to have this power, but again, I don't know what kind of sanity he still or currently has. And Mira, she's still so young. She had a whole life ahead of her. She could still make different decisions. I feel her time is not over yet.
Lupus frowns a lot. There's a visible frown on his face the moment that you mention Norik's sanity, or how present he actually is. Surely both of you as goddesses, obviously one of you is higher up in the deific order than the other, surely you would have an idea that he was back already. Because I'm pretty sure... Lunarius has only explained it to me in very brief passing, but... don't you know when a god's reincarnated, or is this only privy to certain layers of the pantheon? Anyway. My concern lies more in the idea of... if either one of them were to return, the damages that they caused previously were already quite catastrophic. And I do not want to be dealing with that a second time. That is why I took the measures I did to resolve it. I don't know what your thoughts are, Astra. Sorry.
So that explanation you gave, it I'm gonna be honest, it confused me a little. In the fact it made it sound that by destroying it, you'd almost you remove that part of it, and it kind of sounded like everyone inside of it goes along with it. So I'm a bit confused to what you said. You mean as to the space in which they're currently at? If the anchor is broken, they'll still be within the astral dreams, correct?
Lupus nods. Yes, there is a section of the astral dreams that we, or a replica of it, that we portioned off so that they would be in a peaceful location that would adapt to their needs and provide an accurate degree of comfort to them without anybody being able to stumble upon them that didn't go through the entrance point that this gemstone is attached to.
Okay, because I'll be honest, the first thought after the explanation was destroy the crystal, them and that entire area in which they were in just disappears.
No, I apologise.
Oh, that is what I thought as well.
Sorry, I should have been a bit clearer. My explanation is... Sorry, I'm very tired. My mind is not exactly...
No, it's fine, it's fine.
fully focused right now. But the plane itself that this gemstone is attached to would still continue to exist after the stone is destroyed. Fortunately, with some assistance from my elites, I don't like calling them that, what were the Wolvenite elites helped me to create this space. It would continue to exist even after the stone is destroyed. Essentially, the only thing that this stone controls is whether they are able to return back to our world or whether they stay within what is essentially a miniature paradise. My fear is that, well, call it rather dark of me, but I am already aware that Euless has gone into this fully aware that he will not come back out. And with Fele, well, I've already made my opinions clear on her previously. I doubt any of our close friends would be willing to take her back in after what's occurred, and our standpoint that when facing off against the Lilian Beast is much more dire than it would have been had Tuck not been returned. But I feel that decision as to whether or not she's allowed back, and her daughter as extension, should belong in Narik's hands, if anybody's. I don't feel as though I am the one that should this. That's my thoughts on it anyway. In that letting them live out with the rest of their days in paradise versus potentially bringing them back here where, say we disband the cult, the Lilian Beast is slain and put down for the rest of eternity. There is still people in these realms. Even Lupus looks at Astra. Even your fun rival Hades would absolutely love to get his hands on her. Whether it's safe for them to come back is another question.
I understand, and to be honest, I didn't think that it was even possible for any of them to come back. I thought this gem had already been destroyed, so although I take pity upon them and wish, only the best, I understand if it's just not meant to be.
Lupus maintains eye contact with Diana as she says this, and then looks over to Astra. You've got quite the frown. I'm imagining you have a few things that you would like to bring to attention.
Not really. I'm definitely conflicted on the matter. Really, the only thing that's making me debate is whether Mira would like to return or not. But ultimately, if Felicity tried to return, I don't know what I'd do. Quite honestly, I don't think she should return to the material plane in any form. But Mira, I would. Part of me wants to allow her the opportunity to be able to return, since yeah, I'd like the idea, but I'm ultimately more leaning towards giving Norik the gem.
Lupus nods sullenly as he listens to Astra speak. Ultimately, I'm asking this not fully under the knowledge of whether Norik will choose to smash it or not. He may just stick it in his pocket and put it in the plane of lightning, or his own personal domain, as he is now rather. So this entire debate could be completely mute if he decides to just pocket it and carry on with his day. But I have to ask in case he does decide to smash it. Although, that being said, I do plan on... Well, if he is in any manner hostile, I intend to test whether he is still himself or not. And Lupus has a slightly sadistic grin on his face as he clicks his knuckles.
Well, if in the event that the gem ends up being crushed, aside from Group U having to... Will Group U be informed in the event it does? Since I know that... I mean, some didn't quite enjoy Mira's presence, but they mostly all got along and did care for each other most of the time.
Yes, I would be inclined to agree with you. I do believe that they would be told. Sorry. My apologies. Please continue, Astra.
No, trying to... Oh yes, didn't Mira have that boyfriend or something?
Yes, the noble boy. She did not send any sort of letter or farewell to him before she left, so... I suppose
How classic of Mira.
I suppose that can speak for itself in some capacity. No doubt the Hyde boy will probably move along. Especially with, well... I've tried my best to stay on best relations with them after what happened to Jasper, though I'm sure Diana, you're probably not aware of that, but Astra, you might be vaguely familiar.
I believe it was something to do with the Malbora King.
Yes. Speaking of, I do believe you'll find it quite amusing that it ended up back on the island of Ferren. And I sent off I had a very politely worded letter sent off to a very politely worded letter sent off. We'll call it that. And Lupus slides his hand, puts the gemstone back in one of the pouches on his possession, slides his hand across the table, and it shows a replica, like a phantom replica of this letter. And it's Dear leadership of Ferren. And there are a grand total of... Hang on. There we go. A grand total of 11 letters written in the middle of the paper. And then it's signed, yours truly, Lupus. The text in the middle of it says, haha, fuck you. And that's it. That's all that's on it.
Oh,
Very deep and
perfect.
philosophical. Well, I thought that'd be quite the polite message to send off.
Yes, and, well, if they decide to go against the treaties that were put in place again, they'll have a lot more trouble on their hands.
Well, it's funny you should say that, actually.
Please tell me she was demoted.
No,
Please.
actually.
Fuck.
How would I describe this? She is currently the head of the Council of Ferren. However, a very interesting little tidbit that's popped up recently is that their village is blessed by the goddess Titania. I'm sure neither of you have met her yet. She is quite fond of staying in the Feywild after ascending to the throne. And Lucas does this in the most mocking tone possible. So, as I'm sure one of you might be, you might be aware. I don't know how often the Pantheon talk to each other, but Titania's no longer blessing the island of Ferren, specifically that village. She's no longer blessing Mallinwood. It's quite comical.
Oh dear.
It seems like you fuck around and you find out,
Indeed.
Speaking of fucking around and finding out, Diana, are you
What have I done?
nothing? Have you done something?
No,
have you? Are you
I'm
sure?
waiting for what I'm being accused of.
Lupus leans
Why would you
forward.
be accused of anything?
I'm not accusing you of anything, dear. You see,
Right.
I'm aware that it's been a while since you've been on the battlefield, and I've been taking the time to train to help Lilac readjust to being in more close quarters, and I've offered the same to Astra, though she's told me I'm not allowed to bring anything with blades into the arena, because if I scratch her face, Peridita will snap my bones.
Oh well,
But,
I don't blame her.
Oh, I'm sure she's messing. She'll more likely stab me in the leg with a pitchfork, let's be honest.
Oh, she would.
She might chop your whole head off, darling.
Good old Peritos, mother of farming. Ah, what a great lady. Anyway, Diana, would you like some sparring sessions with me? I'm planning on offering the same to Marianne later when Vida isn't harassing her about smuggling bears across the border.
Oh, absolutely. I think it would be my pleasure to join you in some sparring sessions.
Lovely. Well, I shall try my best to organize such an event. And I'll have to speak to Cassandra at a later point. I'm not quite sure she's ready for the level of vigorous training that myself and the other Crystal Heroes have been practicing with. Goodness, you should see how terrifying Karina is with her sword. She nearly took my head off yesterday morning.
Karina is definitely something. She has not waned, that's for certain.
Not waned. Goodness, the level of force that she strikes with, I feel sorry for Casper. How is he not constantly hospitalized? And Lupus
He's
is, like, running
more
his hand through his
formidable.
hair.
He's more formidable than he looks, I suppose.
Lupus slams his left fist down on the table, points at Astra with his index finger on the right hand, and goes, "I told you she had a thing for rabbits. And look at her husband. That's all I'm saying."
I mean, she could have gone a step further.
I mean, true, but
Let's not.
could you imagine someone like Penton or Leon running around with devil
Oh
horns?
god, no.
I mean, goodness, look at her sons and her daughter. Oh god, her daughter.
I don't want to imagine Twilight. No.
Diana, you've not had the joys of meeting Karina's children, all of them, yet. But do you remember what Karina was like when she was traveling with us before we kicked Slaven's tush into the void?
Well,
Well,
I believe I've met a couple of her children, but yes, I do remember what she's like.
you've met Milo and Carl. She has a daughter named Twilight, who is almost just as bad as her. Except from Casper decided to be the brilliant... Well, not Casper, sorry. Karina decided to be a brilliant idea to allow Twilight to learn how to use weaponry.
Specifically hammers.
Yes, so there is now a small child. Age what? I think 10? Is she? Somewhere around that age?
I think she's nearly 11. Yes, so yes, she would be 10.
Yes,
Nearly 11.
approaching 11. So there is a small, chaotic 11-year-old running around with a warhammer the same size as her. It's quite a hilarious mental image. And it's even funnier seeing it in person.
Oh,
Sounds
God.
like my own daughter.
Oh goodness, yes. She's off seeing her romantic interest.
Oh?
Romantic interest?
You don't know? And Lupus puts his
No, I
teacup down
don't
in the
believe
moment.
this information has made it up the grapevine to her mother.
Lupus tilts slightly in his chair, puts foot up on the table, flicks one leg over the other, and puts his hands together. All fingertips touching, but the palms of his hands are not connected. Oh, dear, do I have some tea to spill for you? And we're
Oh
gonna
my goodness.
slide straight on over.
Pardon me.
Pardon
I'm
you.
sorry.
Astra drank her tea a bit too fast, it seems.
Astra had bloody sparkling tea.
Spark. Now that sounds interesting.
I mean, that does genuinely sound like something I need to make a thing. Anyway, we're gonna slide over from this lovely sequence to a certain Boomly, who has managed to track down the Pariah King. As we casually slide on over to Penton, who has managed to track down Ankh, and is wanting some answers for some questions he has. So you approach Ankh, who is minding his own business.
Hello
After
there,
your,
you got a moment?
What? What do you want?
I'm just wondering how you were settling in. Been a couple of weeks now?
Mm-hmm. It has. Time has passed incredibly slowly.
I take it not enjoying it then.
I'm surrounded by the noise of the living. Do you think I'm going to be enjoying it?
I mean, the dead are quite quiet.
Exactly.
And this particular bunch of living people are quite.
Yes, I had very much gathered from my brief period here. What do you want?
I just had some questions, is all.
Right, what are they?
So, I've heard you referred to as the Pariah King.
Mm-hmm.
What's a pariah?
Quite simply put, it is the advancement into undeath without having to become undead in the first place. It is using machinery and the power of negative energy to fuel one's body to become a lich via different means. That is about as simple as I can make it for one as small-minded as yourself.
Oh, so you're a lich. That explains the gemstone.
No shit. It's quite a simple concept.
Yeah, well, how long ago did this happen? How old are you?
Is it not a societal tradition to not ask people their age, or is that only applying to your females?
Do you not segregate yourself off from society and stay on your little pyramid? So surely societal norms don't really apply here.
I suppose not. 4,380 years of age.
Wow. You must have seen a lot in that time.
I have seen more than you could possibly know.
Well, the real reason I came to talk to you today is... So, you're now, I guess, the sole Helm Bloodline member.
Mm-hmm. Your point.
I don't know how much you know about any of the others, because there was others.
Mm-hmm.
In particular, one of them happened to be my mentor at one point.
Yes. Yes, I am aware.
You're aware? Huh. So the question I have for you is, what's the deal with Mace? Like, from what I've learnt about the curse on your family tree, there's the devour thing where they feel the need to eat people. Why does he want to turn me into a zombie? What does he
Why
get
don't-
from that?
Why don't you ask him?
Well, I would, but he's not exactly the most reciprocative to conversation.
That's unfortunate for you.
Yes, it is. So you're not going to answer?
I don't know the full details of radio static noise. Happens occasionally when my voice box gets out of place. You see, I don't know the full details of his history. However, I am very much aware that he has been through some interesting situations, we shall call it that, and little more.
Yes, before or after I met Mix, we certainly went through some interesting situations.
Yes.
But you're 4,000 years old. If you've lived so long, then why aren't you affected by the curse? Is this something to do with the parification process?
Yes, that is in fact the case. Sorry, once again,
It's okay.
voice box. It is quite simple, if you think about it. What does one require to hunger?
A stomach for starters.
And this is something that you learn innately, no?
Sorry, could you repeat that?
I said, your hunger, it is something you learn innately, is it not? Your body teaches itself that hunger means the requirement to consume, does it not?
I guess.
And machines do not need to eat, no?
No, I guess you could make a mechanical stomach, but I don't see a purpose for it.
But a machine cannot feel hunger, for it does not have the capacity or function to do so, unless it chooses to acknowledge and be taught the feeling of hunger.
So you could still eat recreationally?
Yes, that is exclusively the reason why I would eat. I do not need to consume food to survive, unlike you mortals.
Seem to have a bit of a hang-up on mortals.
Go figure. When you live as long as I have, and there are entities or living beings such as Alexander that exist on this plane, having somebody who is so hell-bent on purging that he sees as unclean, you start to become quite numb to having to deal with mortals such as yourself, not entities that live beyond their time.
You keep mentioning me. Have you got a problem with me? Like, have I done something to upset you?
Not as of current.
Good, good. So, when we met you, we just finished fighting the Attack Abomination,
Yes, it was quite the entertaining show to watch.
and you just lost your... Well, you got your gemstone back, which I assume has your soul in it, since the Lich thing.
Yes, that is correct.
How did you end up losing it in the first place? What happened there?
Well, I would imagine it is quite a simple concept. When you have a deity and several high-strength people that have been blessed, such as, I don't know, the deific champions, and you are cornered 4-1, it is not exactly a feasible chance of victory in that, and thus the stone was lost from my chest.
But they had you there. Why don't you ever try and, like, sneakily grab it?
Quite simply put, it was kept in a place where, should I have taken it, all three of the cult heads would have immediately known, and unfortunately a 3-on-1 fight is not exactly feasible or achievable. I may be powerful, but unfortunately, strength and strength in numbers is quite a difficult situation to crack, even for my analytic mind.
Your analytic mind, is your brain a robot too?
Partly, yes. Though once again, I'm sure that's hard for someone such as yourself to picture.
Keep bringing up me. Keep talking about me as if I'm small-minded, as if you know everything about me. What do you know about me?
More than you would care to know.
That's not much of an answer.
That's the point. It is best that I retain the knowledge that I have, and you can theorize about it.
Did you know about him before I joined this guild?
Yes.
How far back?
You need not know that information.
Did you know about me before my life took a little turn?
Yes. And Ank's got, obviously the guy always has a very tired expression, but he's looking at you as though to study you in some capacity, as if judging your body language and expression.
You're looking at me like you knew the whole time. Like you've seen everything.
Yes.
Okay. So, let me ask you this, Ankh.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you let it happen?
What?
If you knew it was happening and you could have stopped it.
Like what happened? Be more specific, mortal.
Why did you let me suffer?
Ankh raises one of his eyebrows as though to prompt you to elaborate further, as he doesn't have enough to really formulate a proper response.
Why did you let Mace take me?
Oh, I'm sorry, did you wish to be stuck in an orphanage for the rest of your life? Or, oh no, perhaps the concept of perishing alongside Mummy and Daddy was more important to you than being given the opportunity to survive. And Ankh has a somewhat sadistic smile on his face for a few seconds, before clearly readjusting his disposition to his usual self.
So you just sit up there in your little ivory tower, your little ivory pyramid, and watch over everything, thinking you're better than everybody else, huh?
Parts of that statement are true, some not so much. But I suppose if you choose to format it in that manner, yes.
Okay. So, what's the point of you? You have all of this power, but you choose to do nothing with it. You just sit on the sidelines and watch while everybody else suffers and has to push through life, and you just sit there and scoff, do you?
The point of me. Tell me, what is the point of someone who doesn't exist?
Well, it's better to not exist than to live as a slave, isn't it?
And for a moment, there is a flare behind Ankh's eyes. Like that one jab kind of dug a little bit deeper than he expected it to. But despite the expression behind, like, his eyes clearly having some level of hostility behind them, there's a smirk on his face, as though he's amused. I see. Not one to be disrupted easily, are you? Very well. Continue. You have more to say, obviously. Or has the idea of dealing with me shaken you a bit too much.
You said purification can stop the hunger.
Yes.
What about Alistair and Mace?
What about them?
Could they not do the same thing?
Yes. Yes, they could have.
What happened there then? Why not?
You mortal beings are fools, my own blood included, thinking that they are able to stop the hunger via any other means. Because to become part of a partly machine is to give up one's soul. Clearly not the case, as you can tell by me. I am alive, I am soul-filled. I am quite the conversationalist when I choose to be. And I must admit, you are certainly worth my time, Mr. Eleno. Not often do I have somebody who is capable of retorting and handling themselves in a conversation.
Well, let's just say I've dealt with a lot of assholes in my time, so...
I'm presuming that's not a euphemism of any variety, as you mortals like to play.
I mean, it can be if you want it to be. I've been the robot before.
Please, sir. I
I'm
have
kidding.
standards.
So do I. Who'd want to fuck a microwave anyway? Well, that's all the questions I have for now.
Monk has a very wide grin on his face. Tell me, Mr. Eleno, what do you think of the Wolf's games?
Games?
Yes. Can you not clearly tell that he is withholding more than he would initially let on?
Well, yeah, but he normally has a pretty good reason for it.
Ankh looks at you from the side, giving you a bit of side eye. I would not be so sure that your wolf friend is quite as honest as you might think he is. The moment that Nova being decided to start talking about the Red Sage heirloom, there was panic and fear in the wolf's eyes. Clearly there is more there than one might initially believe, given his words.
Well, he seems to like me a fair bit. I mean, I know he does, so I guess I'll ask him about it.
Yes, his scent does pick up on your fur. And his eyes go blue.
I just had a shower.
His eyes go blue in color, and you can see what looks like I'm trying to think what it is. Like,
Am I being blacklit?
no,
Okay.
they're not being blacklit. I'm trying to think of what the name of the symbol is. Kind of like not like a ring target, but I'll remember the word after the stream's ended, guarantee you. But he's clearly seems to be analyzing you for a moment before looking you dead in the eyes and saying, "Yes, your scent alone is not the only thing that registers on your fur. Though I will tell you this much, Mr. Elano. I am the only currently existing sage of the Necromancer bloodline. What is the point to me? I am the only member of my family tree who has willingly undergone purification as a means to preserve what is left. I am the original sage. And I will give you good warning. I am not to be messed with.
4,000 years and nobody else has taken it?
I'd like you to roll an insight check, please.
I should have got the fucking dice out.
You should have gotten your dice. I didn't spend... Actually, no, that's not funny. I was gonna make I just buy them for nothing joke, but that's not... It's nowhere near as comical as you would believe it is. So instead I shall point at you while nobody can see me and laugh internally, because tee-hee, smiley face.
Oh, I don't.
Intellectual magic. Pudding. Wiggles fingers. All of these things that I'm doing that you can't
52.
see me doing. Ah, lovely. Well, you see pain in those eyes for a few moments. No, I am the only one who has accepted parification. And let me tell you this. And this stays close to your chest. I already know the runic magics that my family tree holds. Do not give me reason to use them. At any point. Do I make myself clear? Patches. And Ankh has a
Pending
looks
goes
so
red in the
smart.
fucking face.
I may not have the capacity to express emotions in the same regard you do. But let me make this clear. You are much, much further into your own headspace than you might think. I won't waste my time with pointless nothings. I will assist you in dealing with the wolf, should you require it. However, there is one particular thing I should do before I forget. And Ankh is going to reach forward and place his palm on Penton's forehead. And for a moment, your vision goes white. And then returns to normal.
What was that? What did you do to me?
And for the purposes of making a point, do not insult me again. For the next time you do so, you have proven yourself thus far. Insult me again, and I will show you why they call my lance the Anubian Impaler. And Ankh clicks a button, a small button on the side of the lance that causes all the blades to spring out the top and bottom ends, before tapping it again to let them retract.
I think sweating a little, Penton gulps and was like, well, don't have to worry about that. If there's one thing I do know, it's when to pull out from the situation.
You amuse me. Stay alive. Throughout all of this, I'd be ashamed to lose such an entertaining human. Or, sorry, mortal. You are going to be the entertaining part of my trip here, I can already tell. And he dissipates into shadows. The man basically melts into this in the same capacity the mace has disappeared several times. Ankh vanishes into this black ash as if he were never there, leaving you very confused.
Patches. Well played, Lamppost. Well played. And Penton is going to walk off, feeling very confused.
Mm-hmm. And as you waltz off, what's your AC, please?
Oh shit. I thought he was gone! My AC right now is 57 because I don't have Lucky Streak yet.
I see.
That's unfortunate.
You say 57, you say?
Yes, 37. That's what it is. It's 37. preferably something that won't kill me dead.
Hush. I need to do maths.
To work out if it's gonna make me kill me dead.
No. No, I'm not fussed about that at all.
Oh.
Technically.
Okay.
It's fine, there's an infirmary around the corner. And also, this is Ankh.
Last
does not-
minius end of the world. Do 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 do.
And you are struck with an immense force. What is your physical resistance, please? Buff and
That's
debuff tracker.
wrong one.
I believe it's 25, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, you take 180 points of damage as Ankh
Ow!
basically as Ankh rematerializes the full force, punch you straight in the back of the head for calling him a lamppost. Before re-vanishing. Clearly, this dissipating into black ash is not in fact him teleporting, but more him making himself invisible.
No further questions are on it. Ow. I'll go pay Lilac another visit.
Worth.
Totally.
Also, oh shit, are they? They shouldn't be.
Hmm?
Alec, Penton, and Alex here. Are you sure about that? Have you tried refreshing the page? They should be visible.
No, they're still invisible.
Now, fucking balls. They should
Yeah,
Screenshotting.
Penton's is invisible to me too, and I just reloaded. So.
Oh. The fuck? But
Yeah, so
Wait, what's invisible? Penton's token?
But I
No.
no,
the
it's
health bars. But
Oh yeah, it's not there.
But I
I
updated
only
these before stream.
noticed because Penton took damage.
I updated these before stream.
Hell, I guess.
Damn it! Wait, no, I updated the version on the hub map where I keep all of like the tokens for like characters. I updated on that, but not on the actual map where you guys are just vibing. Okay, I am just fucking dumb. Right. Moving swiftly onwards. After getting full force decked, Xanis and Kay have returned from their little outing, and I'd say roughly around this point, the party have regathered. I have disorganized all of these tokens. I'm gonna have to go back through in alphabetical order, rearrange them again. Not got OCD. I am just picky because I like everything in one space. It brings me serotonin. Smiley face. Anyway. So, everybody is back in the guild room. And, yeah, you hear a knock on the door, followed by Xanis, Kay, and Alice re-entering. All in their new outfits. Bill Sway has clearly done a little bit of work on helping Alice look a bit more combat ready rather than a prior scruffy look. Not to devalue her.
Bill Sway did my
graciousness.
hair.
She
Wow,
did
your hair looks
she got you
so
an outfit.
cool.
And then
That's nice.
Xanis re-enters. And he hasn't changed a massive amount, but he looks a bit more fit for what he's doing. Actually, I think I may have it to hand as quick access. Give me 2 seconds. This is where Lupus proceeds to show off just how sad, in that he remembers exactly what the outfit looks like without actually being able to see the outfit in full zoom. Boom. This is like small icons on a PC. There you go. for the party's view, and I will show this off on stream at a later point because I'm making a little collage type thing of all the full bodies. Xanis waltzes in looking a bit cleaner, a bit more mature. Well, ta-da, I guess. They finally finished working on it, and Papa Wolf gave me some of his old bits and pieces to look fancy in, but I still wanted to keep some of my old stuff, so...
Damn, little bro, you throw up good.
Well...
Nice socks.
thank
Yeah, nice
you.
socks. I was about to say that.
I appreciate it. Papa
Fun
Fox
colour.
recommended them to me, and, well, I was like, why not, you know?
Hmm.
They're very comfortable.
It shows you're a brave and daring warrior, but you're also like a bit of fun.
And they have pink dots on them. And he's sitting there like his arms bunched up and flailing like he's super excited, like, they have pink dots and I have several pairs. Ah. He looks way too happy about the fancy socks. However, bum bum bum, and he waves his hands towards the door as Kay re-enters the room. And now to hyperspeed.
It's a really inopportune time to start eating biscuits. God damn it.
It really is. As
Damn
Kay
it.
enters the room in her new outfit. Well, what do you think? I guess it fits. It's comfortable. How do I look?
Slay, you look awesome.
You look
Luna is just nodding
fabulous,
her
darling.
head.
I love the colour, like the gradient. It's lovely.
Very charming.
Kay looks a little bit flustered and scratches the back of her head. Well, I mean, it took a little bit to try and get the fur on the sides of my head where there was hair to look nice, but Penton's, your contact in Honeymill that I was talking to a while ago about life decisions and counselling in Rabbit Hovel.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because I wanted to learn more about culture. So he took me on a tour of the town. It was very fun. Anyway, more to the point. He put me in touch with one of the hairdressers in a Rabbit Hovel, and ta-da! I don't look like I've just been shivved twice. Okay, maybe a bit too soon to make dark humor.
Yeah, I don't know how to respond to that.
But hey, look
Looks nice.
like she puts her hands on her face,
Shift.
and even made me look pretty again, despite the fact my head exploded like a watermelon.
Your head exploded.
Wait, what?
Oh right.
Oh, they don't know. Oh my god.
So, a while ago... Okay, sit down and I shall explain to you a time where Alice had yet to fully realize that not everybody in the world has the best intentions for us. So, Alice made a mistake at one point. Things between her and...
Twitch brings up.
Unfortunately, yes, because as she points to her face and the litany of scarring. I would post her icon again, but I can't be asked to scroll and find it.
I can. I have it like
Thank you.
on my phone.
Thank you, I appreciate it. It saves me scrolling. So, a little while ago, things between Alice and Mado kind of broke off, and Alice didn't take it very well, because I think there was some emotional attachment things that didn't go well, because, well, Kay gives Penton a bit of side-eye. Things with Alice's previous relationship weren't exactly the best in the world. We won't go into that. But, no, one of the people hired by the Lily and Beast cult managed to trick Alice into handing over the other half of the Necromancer heirloom pairing, or Annihilating Cataclysm, that fun thing. So that she ended up getting tricked into handing that over, and then the guy proceeded to shoot us. He shot Gelda, he had a hole in his head, and then he shot me, and my head exploded like a watermelon. They had to scrape bits of me back off the floor. As Kay is explaining this, she looks far too natural and casual about the whole thing. And then, well, Kay points to the scars on Alice's face. I'm sure you can guess where the next bullet ended up. There's no hard feelings between me and Alice, as I'm mentoring and helping her resolve some of her confusions about people trying to pretend to be nice and then actually being cultists, and it's a long story. Lots of shit's happened.
Luna has this face of just pure shock. When did this happen?
I don't remember. Alice, it was like a couple of months ago, I think? Was it a couple of months
Yeah,
ago?
it's been a while.
Like a month, maybe?
Like, a period of time that is less than 3 months.
Yeah, for sure.
And
Orion really wants to ask a question, but he really thinks about it. It's like, maybe not.
I'm gonna act like I didn't see what Penton was about to just put into the chat.
Ryan, why do you look constipated?
Yeah, Ryan. Xanos chips in. Why do you look like you're about to, like, implode?
Because when my mind comes to a topic of wanting to understand knowledge, but then that is impeded by a social normity, I find myself at a bit of a dilemma.
Oh, whisper it to me, whisper it to me. I won't say anything, I promise.
Alexander, with all
Whisper.
due respect, I don't think you're the first person on my list of priorities I'd be doing that to.
I mean, so
Estimate.
this isn't like years years ago. This was maybe a month ago, not even 3.
Kay nods very casually. Yeah,
Stuff moves fast here.
it's within the last year. You know,
I mean, I've only been here since June.
the siege of Zodia, where we definitely didn't have to deal with the situation where one of our fellow friends had to end up killing their own twin brother, because the cult is just like that.
Speaking of which,
Have
this,
you been to
introduction's going a lot
therapy?
better than Alex did.
Oh, we have a resident therapist. Have you met
Yeah,
Gore?
do you actually go?
I don't.
Kay just blinks. Well, I would go, but I'm still kind of working through the previous time that I went to speak with the guild therapist, because my mother may have publicly shamed me and then apologized to me in private, and I took that personally. So I'm still working through like those issues, and then you have the whole thing with Mira,
Oh boy.
and then Milo, that whole situation, where I'm still kind of working through that as well, and then the whole thing of, you know, being dragged off to a crypt, and Mace,
Yeah, we're one big happy family
What-
here.
you know.
Do you mean dragged off to a crypt and mace?
Everything's
Orion
fine
looks
today,
even more
Luna.
constipated.
Kay
Oh, I wasn't here for that.
Kay just waves her hand really dismissively. It's fine,
It's not fine.
I'm fine, what do you mean? And Xanis looks over at Kay, is like, the fuck you mean you're fine? You literally ripped your hair out. And the two of them kind of devolve into winding each other up, and clearly they're not completely past this, but they're resolving it in their own manners.
Oh,
We're
It's
all
still a lot
fine.
of it's still a lot of information to decompile.
I don't believe that in the slightest.
So what trauma do you two have that you want to dump?
Yuzok immediately sits up straight, points at Luna and goes, "She's looking for somebody who went missing." Shit, sorry.
Don't worry about it, Yuzok.
And
Honestly.
Yuzok looks a bit embarrassed. Sometimes I
What?
get a bit too eager.
Nah, it's fine. My best friend went missing over 100 years ago, and then I found a trace of her, followed it. I couldn't find any more, and then Yuzok told me that some interesting information, and part of that was apparently Renvus.
So what you're telling me, lass, is she's fucking dead?
I
And
have no
Nolan-
idea.
Nolan looks directly at Luna with the most blunt and simple expression on his face humanly possible.
And you thought we had no tact.
Also, you're like 100 years old. Why is everyone so old?
I'm 200 and
You're 200.
42. Yes.
Bitch, I'm 22.
No,
I think that's
24.
well.
24. My bad. Wrong way around.
Lass,
224.
lass, do you need a Zimmer frame?
Apparently.
And Nolan gives Luna a playful nudge. Anyway, it's not. Don't worry about it too much. I
Nah.
mean, for the love of God, half of these fucking lot don't even realize that I'm 81.
You're 81?
Yeah.
Yes.
Come on.
How
I
old did
swear
you think
you
I
were.
fucking was?
I swear you were less old last time. Last time you said how old you were. I swear you said you were like 70 something.
Nope.
Nope,
Wait, so how old is everyone here then?
22.
Okay.
Anyone else?
That's probably about the most normal so far.
Aurelius looks around the room and goes, well, 104?
When's my birthday? Have I?
And he shrinks back into himself a little bit. Although, to be fair, I am also an elf, so that's like 2.
It's
being
okay, my
sarcastic.
mother is old as well.
I mean, isn't your mum also a goddess?
Xanis leans over
Yeah.
to
Respectfully.
Alice. Alice, it's not really much of a flex that your mother's old. My dad is like ancient. They're
Oh,
like the same
you have
age.
an older dad.
They're both old.
That's crazy.
Everyone's parents are old, what do you mean?
I prefer to have experienced.
He pipes up. Well, I mean, not including life trauma things, I would be about 22.
What do you mean not including life trauma things? You'd be 22. That doesn't make me...
Okay.
What?
Okay, I hate describing it as this, but like, you know when everybody uses like the stereotypical gay hand of like, you know, you can see me
Yeah.
doing the motion in your head? She's doing
Yeah.
that as like a dismissive gesture. It's like, don't worry about it. I am amazing.
Kay's a lesbian icon.
Nolan's actually bisexual. Fun
She's a
fact.
bisexual icon!
Was asexual. She's now sliding over towards the bi side.
Yo,
Anyway,
living her slut era.
Nolan speaks up. Well, I've already fucking mentioned what I'm 81. So, I don't know how, like, Nolan looks over at Penton. How old do you fucking thought I was? You're looking at me like I've just stabbed you in the balls.
You
52.
don't look that much older than me, but I guess the time goes differently in the Feywild.
No, I'm just part Bovian. What, you want, what, you're looking at me? You're looking at me funny. Why?
That's just
You
Penton's
know
face.
why.
Don't worry about it.
I'm not saying it here.
What, do you want me to ask everyone else if they want to bet on black or white? And he starts laughing to himself. I'm not going to elaborate any further, but you know what I'm on about.
No, I don't.
I'm gonna shit myself.
Please elaborate.
Shit, just
Nope.
spy everywhere. God damn it.
Trust me, lad, you don't. You just worry about your pretty boy over there that knows how to use wind, and you'll stick with that. You don't want to know what I'm on about.
Okay.
Xanis pipes up.
Sounds
I'm 18. And he nearly falls off the bed before Yuzok catches him. Careful. Anyway, I'm 21.
Whack.
And then
whack.
Yuzok looks at Orion, and then looks at Penton. You haven't actually given a number. Do it.
looks at Nolan with a confused and slightly shocked look and says, I'm 25.
Congratulations, lad. You're an adult.
I thought Penton was like 30.
How old is he?
25.
25.
Unless it's
Bloody
been,
hell.
unless it's been a year. Not a year.
Orion's sitting there having an existential crisis in the corner, feeling very old.
Bloody hell, I forgot how
Ori-
young.
How old is
Sorry.
Orion?
Ah.
Can you say?
Oh
say?
my gosh.
Yuzok looks at
What?
Orion.
50?
Well? Well, how
Oh!
old are you? Come on.
Well, last time I calculated it out, I must say it was probably 53.
I don't know why you're so embarrassed saying that.
Yeah,
Well.
you
When you're the younger of the two, people
Yeah.
often.
ancient.
I already told you, my mom is like so old.
Xanis looks at
Good
Alice.
for you.
Yes, we get it. Your mother's a fossil. Your point?
He's also a
Okay.
water
That no one needs
bird.
to be embarrassed about their age because my mother's still cool.
That, like, Kay starts laughing hysterically. And Nolan just looks over at Alice and goes, so what you're saying is when we get old, we've just got to become wet. And then we'll be cool. You know what? I'm gonna retract that fucking statement.
Wait, that's a
I don't know that I
topic for
agree with that
discussion.
one.
I'm not getting old because of time magic.
Perhaps we should all visit the sauna and see how the effects might be.
No.
That's disappointing.
Lad,
Too bad.
you could not stand the fucking sight of me in less clothing than this.
I'd be willing to try for science.
No. I'm telling you from fucking experience. Ask him. And Nolan points at Penton in a
Penton.
rather accusatory manner.
Could you give me a witness statement?
This is spicy.
I pull out a book and a quill.
I'm
They're
gonna
waiting.
pull out.
I thought you were gonna end the sentence at I pull out.
Was it this long?
Xanis scratches his chin. That makes me wonder. How old do you think everybody else is? You know, like Leon, Throck, Mado, the rest of the guild, like the rest of our team members.
Well, me and Leon were childhood friends, so I imagine he's around my age. Never asked him his exact age, but
Leon is giving me big, like, 24, 25 vibes.
Xanis slams
Why
his
don't you,
chin
like,
up
go and
against
ask?
up against the wall that's facing towards Group V and just goes, Leon, how old are you? And you hear muffled through the wall, like proper muffled through the wall. 23. Guys, he's 23. There you
I
go.
was so close.
Very close. You were very close.
I was very
I
close.
applaud.
I mean,
Thank you for reporting.
I know. I'll summon my dad and we can ask him if you want. Or I can go around and ask literally every single one of them because I have absolutely no concept of social normality. And Xanis has a very
Good job.
wide, oblivious grin on his face and just blinks.
as long as you avoid
How old is
Cedric, that'll be
Shalnar?
fine.
I'm especially gonna ask Cedric.
Oh god.
I bet that he
What?
actually
Who?
Cedric, he spends half the time looking like he's gonna rip your head off. And if you're not careful, he probably will.
Love that for him.
My dad bit part of his ear off. It was really cool. Apparently. It happened before I existed. But you know. Assert dominance by getting the munchies.
Interesting
No.
tactic.
And Xanis just starts chuckling. Anyway, I think we should start getting ready to sleep.
Oh shit.
We
Or
should sleep because it's getting a little bit late. And then tomorrow, maybe, you know, we can. I don't know.
Where's this going?
I'm trying to think and I'm just head empty.
want to go bowling or something? I don't know.
Well, I know Papa Wolf said there was a chance that within the next couple of within the next couple of days, we were expecting Diamond Weapon to appear. So we could, go
Should
to
do what?
Aquarian.
What?
Diamond weapon.
Yeah, the thing that normally
Huh?
attacks Aquarian when the Lillian Beast is making her way downtown.
Orion just kind of
Walking
pales a
class?
little
Oh,
bit.
jeez.
Oh, work.
Faces pass.
And I'm
Anyway.
homebound. Diddle-diddle-diddle-doo. Anyway, this is where I'm going to end the session.
I wonder if Norik made that song in this universe.
Hmm?
I said, I wonder if Norik made that song in this universe.
No idea. Anyway,
I can't tell which said, but did you say funeral?
yes.
Yes.
Yep,
Okay.
it's a funeral song
I
in this
shall-
universe.
This is where the session is going to end. And we shall continue next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, bitches.